Hey guys, how are you? So yeah, it's about time we get started for our next coding kind of adventure or whatever you want to call it. It's up to you. Should I make this a bit more aesthetic looking? I'll wait for a few minutes, then I'll start, and hopefully we can get something out of it. So as I can see, last time we had this binary directory, depths, and source, right? And if we get into the binary directory, right, we had this text editor.exe. If we try to run it, so dot slash maybe text editor.exe, you can see that this window comes up, which is not exactly like a typical text editor, but we're just getting started, so it's fine, I guess. So yeah, today we will start finally rendering things on the screen. That's the goal. And yeah, we can get started from here and we can go on as we want. So let's maybe stretch this a bit more. No, just wanted to have a nice aesthetic look. I don't know, like a temporary solution, but still, I can check how it's looking, right? So let's see what we get in the source, right? Is there a main.cpp? Yeah. So yeah, we have this window created, and then we have this different events and different callbacks basically on different life cycles of the window where we can do stuff. So when we create the window, we basically first of all load the GL functions, right? So I'll start a bit dirty, and then we will get into the crux. So let's say I have some vertices, right? So let's say we have some vertices counts. Or maybe we can define a small vertex data, but yeah, that's fine. So let's say we have some vertices. This looks pretty vertices. Yeah, this looks good. So minus one, minus five is one, five is one, and this is one, right? So you have these three vertices. Actually, I want to have four vertices, right? So let's see. Call this quad vertices, right? And quad vertices can be like let's say the first point is at the yeah, that this looks good actually. Hmm. Yeah. So first is this at the bottom, like both y-axis and x-axis negative, right? So it's somewhere here, and then we have like x-axis positive and y-axis negative some here. This is the first point, this is the second point, this is the third point, and this is the fourth point. You can think of it like this. So like from the index perspective it's like this. So one, two, and then here is the four and here is the three, right? So you can have some indices also. You and sorry, put it on perspective you can use. Right. And yeah, we can deal with that. I don't specifically like these comments, so I'll get rid of this. Something like this, maybe in one line. The gap is nice actually. You can have that. And this also looks okay. I will leave it for now. So this is basically what that I want to render with these vertices, right? In this order. So this will be the first triangle and this will be the second triangle. So typically, when we render stuffs in OpenGL, we create something like a vertex array buffer, right? Something like this. Uh, let's say we have a vertex array object which has like we can call this vertex array. Why not? Um, yeah, we can think of it later. So now let's just get this triangle rendered, shall we? So to get this triangle rendered, I first need some kind of a to like this maybe, yeah. And then you can generate vertex arrays for VAO. You can generate buffers for VO and VAO. That's correct. Okay. And you can bind vertex array. Why not? And while we are at it, we can define the we can bind the VBO. We can set the data for the VBO with quad vertices. And because I'm using my header, I think everything is under this namespace. If I'm not wrong, right? So yeah, we can use this namespace for our own custom stuff that are not available, right? So yeah, because I'm using my own header here. So yeah, um, my own header. What I'm trying to say is that if we look at let's say something like maybe the OpenGL one that we did MyGL, right? MyGL. If we go inside MyGL and if we search for let's say namespace SP, you can see that everything that I have declared is under this namespace, right? So that it does not conflict if that kind of situation occurs. But yeah, that's fine. We have this quad vertices, right? So the next thing we need to do is we need to set the locations. So how this data should be treated, right? So the first three is for position, and the second two are for texture coordinate, right? So that's how we're going to set it. So we'll say that I think GL enable vertex attribute array, and the first attribute array is 0. I think I might be wrong. I will check. And then yeah, the first three floats, right? Out of this five float sprite kind of things, the first three floats are the positions, right? And they have offset of 0, right? And the total size is like this. So the second one will be like 2, right? 2 floats, and will be at like 3 offset, 3 into size of float. So 3 times 4, 12 bytes away from every stride. So when the cursor is here, for example, and it's reading this data, so this block is the first block, that is this, and this block is the second block, that is this, and so on. Then this is the next entry of the vertex, this is the next entry of the vertex, and this is the next entry of the vertex, right? So that's what it means by 0 and 1. Yeah. So this is simple stuff. You will find a lot of tutorials around it. Once you have that, I think the next step will be to just get the indexes, right? So yeah, we get the indexes, and that's it. Like we can unbind it. Yep. And yeah, that's about it. If I'm not wrong. And if we just try to draw it, why not? So every frame. um, rather than doing the drawing here, right? We can move. The window will update itself. There is no worry about it. But rather, maybe we will be drawing here. Don't know, right? And let's have everything in context for now. That's why not, right? Later we can modify. So without doing anything, you can just bind VAO, and then you can try to draw elements inside int six vertices, basically these three and these three, and it will probably crash or produce some unwanted result right now because of the simple fact that and also this one is, I think, not in jail. So an advertise came, I think, but you can see the advertise together. It's fine. Some kind of a temporary solution, this is the kind of thing. But yeah, so so this was not inside SP. This was, I think, from the GL header file itself. I also have the GL header file, so I didn't want to like re-include stuffs that are not there. And this vector is actually included because I wanted to get the like I could use like CSTD and a couple of other header files also, but they are already included in here, so I included it. Clang intelligence is, I think, not that smart enough to get that. And you can unbind the vertex everywhere. But yeah, that's fine. So at this point, we don't have a shader, so it will be quite intriguing to see like what we get without a shader, right? I even don't know what kind of a result this particular machine will produce, but we can check. Right, so I can just build this stuff dot slash build dot bat, and yeah, it built and we can't see anything. So that's cool. It's quite a bit. Mm. So now that yeah, we will check that, but let's first write some shaders. We need to compile those shaders also. So maybe I will just write a simple function that will return maybe a UN32 uh, underscore t maybe create shader, which will maybe take a vertex source or ah vertex source is a good name, and fragment source, right? And you can have a vertex header. You can have attached to it, obviously. You can compile the shader, and then you can check for the success message, right? And you can have some kind of buffer, I think, just to have fun, which are maybe everything is just zeroed out, and this is like for example, let's say 512. That's more than enough, right? So what you can do is we can check, right? And then if there is error, then I will get the error. uh, Maybe in the next line I would like to get the error. And yeah, that's how one shader is compiled, right? So you can just have a function like for example, I don't know, maybe like mm, uh, this is what I don't like. um so auto compile shader, which basically takes the type of the shader in the source and it does that, right? And it uses this buffer here. That's fine. It's a small thing, we can do that repeated. And in that way, we can just say that yeah, our vertex header is uh, actually we can do even better. We can just say that shader type, right? Even 32 should be fine almost for the cases. All right. So shader will be the of shader type, and at the end we are going to yeah, we need to return something. So it can either be zero. So yeah, so it can either be zero, right? Specifying that yeah, we're not returning anything. It's a invalid compilation. Otherwise, it will return the correct shader. So this thing becomes just compile shader, and we can early exit. We can do the same thing for fragment shader, I think, right? So yeah, at this point we can safely delete the vertex shader because somehow vertex shader compilation got successful. You can optimize this thing and you can do a lot of crazy stuff, but at the end it doesn't really matter. This lambda is supposed to return an end. No, you are supposed to return an answer. Now that's clear. What you can do is, now that we have the shaders compiled, we can create the program. So yeah, you can create the program. You can attach the shaders like the vertex shader and the fragment shader. You can attach. You can link it. Then we do that success check again, where we just check for if there was any linking error. In that case, we delete and return zero. Otherwise, we just delete and return the shader. Now, these two steps, right? Deleting these two shaders. It's happening here also and here also. So safely you can just uh, do it once we return, right? That should that should make sense. I don't know. So we have this create shader function. Mm, then we can try to create shaders. Let's just have some hardcoded shaders for now. We will refactor this code a bit later, but let's say, and most likely no one is watching me. That's funny. Yeah, no one is watching. I guess that makes me a bit sad. But yeah, that's part of life. So what we can do, we can just soldier up. So yeah, we have can use version 460, I think, but that's fine. This will do for now. So yeah, the first is the position and the text coordinate. Now personally, I like to call this small case. I don't know why. I'll just call this what pause. This will be like what UV. Don't know. We'll check. And now we have something like a frag UV. Yeah, why not? And we have a main where we're just setting the vertex position and frag UV. That's good. And we can have something similar like this for our let's say fragment shader where you can just print something of different color. So fragment shader source, fragment shader source, and in this fragment shader source, what you can do is you can take this as an input variable, right? And you can remove these two lines. Don't have this here. I need this. We have this flag UV that we currently don't need. Might need in the future. For now, all I want to do is maybe yeah. So we can have a out color, right? Final color or something like that, which is of type, let's say vec4. And then we can say that okay, just final color is I don't want to do all this bullshit. I will just remove this, and I will have a blue final color. Right. That's what we are trying to achieve. Don't know if it will run on the first try. Most likely not, but that's part of life. So yeah, once you have this shaders, let's create that bad boy here. So you and 32 shader program takes these two shaders, and you have the program. And if everything is correct, before we do this, you can use the program, and you can check actually things work, or maybe my product itself is broken. And as you can see, it's nothing. That's good. So maybe the shader is a bit broken. I don't know. Mm, We'll see. So yeah, let's go step by step. We have this data. This is in between 0 and 1. So this should ideally work, right? I don't know. This 2 are why 1. Like, this 2 should be, yeah, this should be 0, right? Right. And texture coordinate is also wrong. Like that is 0, 0. This side should be like 0, 1. And that side, like the next one, this should be 1, 1. This is like 1, 0. Maybe. I don't know. Does this change anything? Anything so? Let's see. No, actually it didn't change anything. It's still a see a blank screen. But you can debug it, or you can just paste the code to ChatGPT and just ask it. Like I'm not against using AI as my goal. My idea is that as long as you understand and you can correct the code, it's fine. At the end of the day, that's all matter. But yeah, because we're starting, so we can just check one thing. Just maybe that's good. And we can for now stop like printing this event receive kind of message, right? Don't want to print that. Yeah. So we're using unsigned names. There is or also you can just put the data here just so that you can visualize the data clearly. And if there is any problem in the library definition, you can fix it also. It's not that big of a deal. But yeah. So here we have the positions and the textures. And let's for now vertex position is good. It's 0. So yeah, we will see that. But yeah, first let's run this. And do we see that message that okay, so I don't see that message right when this thing pops up. So maybe it just takes a recompile. I don't know. Okay, so yeah. So this is building, right? But the events shouldn't be printed because you're not this event received, right? Shouldn't be printed. That's a bit confusing, but I can see. Right. So in the on event, right? In the on event, we have clearly done this. Yeah, and actually have another one, right? Yeah. So let's say we just seal this thing out. We shall c slash cpp, right? And we just check for main.exe. Right? Okay, fails. ESH warning C process unknown statement, blah blah blah. But the thing is that the main.exe just crashed, right? Just crashed. So line number 18 is showing some kind of error. You can check that. What is line number 18? And this should be printed. This is not being printed. That is create shader. Yeah, the signature is, I think, quite unique. Create the shader. That's a create shader program. Right, because why not? The create shader program. And here it will be shader program. Yeah, I don't need this stuff. We're fine with this. Right. And we can create. Yeah, shader program ID is this. So, what is inside build.bat? Is interesting. So yeah, it's supposed to do this, right? So is the compilation failing? That is a question, right? So when I say that that's just I didn't take it correctly, but yeah. So there is one error generated, right? So it was not compiling. That is the issue. So the error was causing by which in the file included main.cpp in platform windows unexpected in source platform windows error.cp2 element is still so there's some problem in the line, but yesterday it worked, right? Platform windows. So what do we do? Okay, it seriously has some problem with vector. Okay, right? Clang has some issue with vector. Like my Clang has some issue with vector right now. So yeah. So what I will do is I'll switch to CL, the Microsoft compiler for now. I'll fix the compilers and stuff later, not right now. So yeah, I'll change to CL, right? Microsoft compiler. And maybe we can add some flags, but for now let's just go with that. Rebuild. Now our build fails, right? Now our build fails, and we get to know like what the issue is, because like when you try to call it, the like first line even didn't. Now I can typically use a debugger, but I'm not in mood for right now. So I'll just add some prints for now. So like anything, you can ask it here. You can start from here, right? You can say there is no such thing as any platform. Ah, I got it. So the problem here is I think this thing. Like I'm using these functions, right? But these functions are loaded up here. at this stage after the window is created. So maybe for now we'll obviously refactor stuffs and we'll make things more organized. But this life cycle, this life cycle, right here, this life cycle, it should go more this way, right? So yeah, let's just do that. We can cut this and we can paste this, and yeah, we can have also shader program, right? Also enough. We will modify things and organize a bit later. This is just a rough prototyping. So yeah, and we can just look at the shader idea and we can understand, and maybe we can just format stuff to look a bit consistent. I don't know, but yeah, if that was the error, then we will get to know. And yeah, that was the error. We actually got a unresponsive window for a few minutes now. And we can start going from there, right? So got the message window created, right? So first the GL is created, right? And then we didn't got to see the update ever once. So clearly, if we look back, the only message we saw was window created, right? So from that, we can see that this window created was printed, but this was not printed. So in between here, we got some errors, something that didn't work. So this printing of the shader ID failed. That I think. Okay, let's just remove this for now. Right. We have like 3 and 2, 5 points, right? So that's totally fine. 5 times set of flow. 3 distance. This. We generated the. We can check if the buffers were generated correctly, right? So let's say printf. These are the powerful values. So let's can just build it. Check. And yeah, the buffer was not created. So yeah, that's some kind of problems that you face when you use your own old replicated stuff, maybe. But the way to understand things is doing asking the right questions. That's it. Like why did you fail? If this thing really work or not? SPGL load functions. When should it be called? Like the base OpenGL was working. This stuff is working. Right? OpenGL 1 is working, but not this stuff. But this stuff should work, right? I'll just for now, if we just do this, like we assume that maybe these things don't exist. For example, we never generated the buffers at the first place. The window was created, but GL create program, not GL create program, but GL gen vertex arrays failed. why did it fail? Right. So the load GL function should load all the functions, right? So then there is no reason for this to fail, right? Maybe we can use some other files, but I don't want to go there right now. I want to make this work, right? So where did it go wrong? Gen vertex arrays. Can I call you? I don't want to cut it. Just let's say. Say arrays, right? Take the size and arrays, right? And it's a void function. A GL or gen vertex array failed successfully. This is a good header file, so we'll get things. Otherwise, we'll just use glad. I just don't want to use glad. Oh, wow. Flickering is quite heavy. Let's just pull this. Something wrong is going on. We're trying different stuffs. Sometimes think that broke something. But like before window creation, can I do this? Because clearly I'm not loading stuff at the right time. That's what the issue is, I think. So yeah, let's try it in a different way. So let's tie the life cycle like this. So we have our window created here, right? And then we have created our GL context, and then we have loaded all our stuff, right? Update doesn't matter, but clearly here that OpenGL is not available, right? For now, so we will not focus on create. Again, we will, but just not now. If that makes any
Today, you
sense,
have
I
all
don't
the
know.
resources you need at your fingertips.
So
But
just
if
if
you
we do
don't know
that
what to
and
look for,
don't do
then
anything
how can you
else,
deep dive into the topic? Online coding is not
it
a
gets
good place to start.
things
Refactoring
solved
is the
and you
learning
get a
platform for
error,
developers
compiler
with no
error,
class.
right?
Learn from industry
Yeah.
experts who have
So
built tools
that
and done things.
that's
Take the
what
first
was
step towards
happening,
building a
and I
skill.
don't like this guy speaking. It's from beginning. Now we are actually at a place where we can get stuff done. So this is real. Like when you're coding, it's not like like we always have the like all the absolute answers in our hand. We exactly know what we are doing. There are a lot of silly mistakes that we perform, and we pay for that. Um, yeah, just removing these comments, just formatting the code a bit, maybe later. We get this shader compilation error, but I don't see any error, right? But we got a VO and VBO and a EBO. Now VO and VBO and can have same numbers, like VO and EBO can have same numbers because these are vertex buffers and this is the vertex object. Yeah, so this part is fine. Now we need to check at the shader creation part, right? Shader compilation error. Why there is no error? That is the question. Now, yeah. So this is supposed to return a U32 year, right? So yeah. So at individual compile shader, right? Here, right? This thing was written. Shader compilation error followed by this. Now, if not success, so I think this is correct. If not success, then do this. You'll get shader info log. But why wasn't it success? And if it wasn't successful, then why didn't I get any log? Now I can do a lot of research, but for now this is simple enough that I can just maybe ask a handy friend because we are losing a bit of time, right? And setting these things up is not a big deal. Once you have the code, you can just copy paste it anyway. Um, I don't know when I will get to the interesting stuff. Really good things. There should be some error, right? Registered. Doesn't guarantee error log fits in the bytes. Yeah, obviously. Mm, yeah, this is the refined version, right? Where I have blah 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 blah. Why the hell? But okay. I think it's not getting flashed properly. I don't know, but let's see. We have this implementation, right, which is supposed to be fixed, and the fix basically they did is just adding this part, right? I don't know if it's needed, but you can check. Um, yeah, if we build, we get 0, and we don't get any log, right? So this is clearly not working. This is not working. Not seeing the error log because the shader program should not be 0. So yeah, but like the length is not the factor, right? Shader compile status success, and if not success, then you print, right? Nah, we can just find out ourselves. It's, somehow it feels like GPT-5 has become much more worse than what GPT was. Hmm. That's a part of life we have to deal with. But if it's just about this, right? If it was just about not getting success, right? Then like these doesn't make any sense to me. Especially, we will just go to the old one, which I have deleted, obviously. But we don't want all this bullshit. Just okay. So you are getting the log line, right? Does this actually work? Option O has been duplicated. Blah blah blah. What's the real error? Error. Okay, but that you can do if he slash if he. But I don't like this. Compile shader should be simple, right? Log linked I don't need. I just want to print that log, right? I have this error buffer, and we can simply forget about all this bullshit stuff. I can focus on just like stuff. I don't like it because it's coming because of here. Okay, let me guess. So yeah, this should be good. Just use. First they need to be compiled successfully. Then comes the running and everything, right? Error compiling shader, but the error message is not coming. The error message should come now. The error message should come, right? So yeah, we will get to know what the issue is, but for now, this error buffer, get shader buffer log. What does it? Okay, it is it's here. Layout location 0 mean. Do you add in? Write a simple vertex shader. Maybe. I don't remember the syntax. Yeah, is it? Is there? So, this is essentially what I did here. Version 330 core. Maybe we can remove the core for now and use core profile, but it's not habit. In vertex position, this is a 3 and this is 2. Like 1 0. 0 with 4 vert position, which is 0 position, and this. So this is a vertex, a valid vertex shader. Let's see if I have some gibberish here, and we'll try to build it. Yeah. So clearly it does not get the compiler error, which it's supposed to. So what could be the reason? No, I already have at least if I try to find in my laptop, I will find some code that like that works. Okay, whatever is wrong here, I don't get it. Like it's not that big of a deal. Like I'm creating a vertex shader and a fragment shader, right? And I'm passing the source, right? Okay, let's do one thing. Let's print the source also. So print if maybe and then maybe print out the shader source also, just to see if source is coming. Source is obviously coming, right? This is the vertex shader source, but it failed to compile because of this, right? And that it should say that it failed to compile at this line due to this reason, but it's not saying that. That's fine. We can live with it. It's not that big of a deal. Let's just do everything once again. Sometimes it's just best that you remove everything and just do it once. Let's say auto create shader. Maybe some kind of typecasting is happening, which is making things inconsistent. If we just keep this like this, right? Because this is the minimum code that we need, right? and we build, right? We get a shader program 81. Nice. So yeah, somewhere in between we had something fucked up. Maybe that common code that you had written was not working properly, and we can maybe try to understand that later. For now, and this call I think is enough done once, right? Basically here, let's just format this a bit. Yeah. So then mm, we are just like, especially me actually. I'm just let's start at the very simple steps here, not gone any further. But I promise you will go there. It's not that complicated. It's a bit complicated, but yeah, you get my point. What I'm trying to say. That being said, although I can state the basic states actually before we do any of this stuff. Like later also when we organize, we'll have those things. So one thing is GL viewport, right? That we need to have, and yeah, still not saying anything in the screen, but that's fine. We're getting a valid shader ID. That is important. Now, in the update, right? In the update, we should use the program only if it's available, right? So if shader program, you can say that. Mhm. Yeah, it's using the correct shader, right? Get annoying. See this message print again and again, but we still don't have a triangle or quad or whatever. But we are getting nearer. I think I have that feeling. So yeah, first of all, we have our shader compiled successful. That is first step. Second step is we have our vertices, right? Which are at zero origin. Zero origin should be fine. We can pick this a bit. So we can just use, for example, vertex position dot xy, and maybe for this we can use 0.1, a little bit of offset, right? And final color we can just tweak it just to understand that it's working. How to wait for final color. So final color is going out from back to fragment shader. Fragment shader is going to be the second one. Yes, the first one is vertex shader, right? We got the shader program. Here, as for the vertex array binding goes, I don't care about binding, like unbinding that. So this is when to vertex array buffer. That is correct. Size of word vertices. Instead of that, you can just say 5 times 4, right? It's fine, but just 5 times 4 size of float maybe. So we have 4 vertices, right? And the data is uploaded here. So we bound the buffer, we uploaded the data. Maybe we can GL enable what we attribute array. GL enable vertex attribute pointer, I think. GL enable I can search it actually. I think that is the error. So you it's retrieve array. Index, right? Specify the name of the vertex object. Disable also vertex array retrieve. I know one thing that we can do. Yeah, it levels. So GL enable vertex attribute array. That's what it's called. GL enable vertex attribute array. Yeah. So why when you not enable? Where you are supposed and this order does not matter, right? Because OpenGL is like a state machine. So was the data format not of your liking? What kind of instances? So maybe the indexes is the problem. I can give the code to ChatGPT and it will just instantly find out. Because most likely it's this crap right here. This let's get this cut. Before we start doing stuff, we basically did this. We had this. What is this? This indices, right? Then for the vertex buffer, give code at vertices, right? Putting this code indices. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. That's the. This is all actually is needed to jail bind buffer jail buffer data. That's data. That's it. Like that's it. Okay, I can just copy this stuff. Yeah, we're drawing 6 triangles. Between 0 and 1, it should render, but it's not rendering. If I show you, it's not rendering. That's what we are trying to find out, right? Okay. Why is the window blinking? Yeah, it's blinking because yeah, I'm actually reading the chat this time. I was focused in the program actually, so didn't look into the chat. Yeah, is bro even reading? Yes, just use VS Code. Yeah, I can use VS Code. I can use Visual Studio also. Um, and I can probably stop this blinking right now. I can just do this. Right. So that's fine. I just like that background a bit, and I didn't care about that blinking. Yeah, I'm an Indian, bro. Does it make you unhappy? I don't know. Might be. Mm, let's concentrate here. Mm, I'm doing some silly mistake. That is for sure. Just don't know what. Yep, nothing on the screen. Once you get something on the screen, it will be easy. So yeah. Mm, I'm just zooming out a bit to a better visibility of the code. So these are the shaders, right? And the shader seems fine. Okay, it just takes the vertex position and it's drop it. There is nothing about it. And I have an out vector. Add out vector I don't even use. I just want to paint in yellow. Alright, yellow, but green, like blue and yellow. Yeah, you want to visit Udaipur to work with another Indian outsource. Yeah, I'm from Like I'm not from Bangalore. I'm from Bengal. Right now I'm living at Bangalore. I work here. So today is a free day. So I was thinking of like continuing the streams on the weekends, but I'm still getting used to um like coding in front of others. You know like what I'm trying to say. So but we will get this done. Don't worry about it. Uh, like it's not that. I personally had never visited Udaipur to be honest. Yeah, but I heard that it's a nice place. You can go and visit. Should I enable the depth buffer bit? I don't think that is the issue, but if that's the issue, then maybe just I need to enable the depth buffer bit. So let's just try that. GL enable blend. I don't need. I just want depth buffer bit. Depth test, right? It's called. Yeah, GL enable. GL depth test. Yeah, but I don't think that is the only issue. Yes, you are on spot when you are on the spot when you are streaming. Uh, yeah, like I'm still trying to get used to so that I can regular stream because what is happening is that in my life I'm getting extremely lazy nowadays except office work and like playing video games. I'm not doing anything else. So I thought that maybe like I should actually start doing stuff that I normally like to do, and I should like work on projects. Like previously, I used to like work on a lot of projects. If you look into my computer, right, it's something that you shouldn't, but that's fine. I am just right. Like you see, I used to write a lot of code. Does this open normally, or you use a live server? Uh, yeah, we can just get some distraction and get back, right? That way. Um, what is this? Don't know. But yeah, we want Visual Studio Code. We get Visual Studio Code. Yeah, and you can just go for live server. What is this? Oh, I was working on some dev test, I think, kind of thing. Uh, so, yeah, I do you do AI coding? Yeah, like bro, what college are you in India? Like, I'm from IST Singapore. I passed out from IST Singapore. I did my MTech there. And also like yeah, like AI is fine, and as long as you understand what you are doing, it's fine. When you are learning, it's not fine. But after you have the basic concepts, right? I think it's fine to use AI because it focuses on goal, whether your goal is to learn or whether your goal is to practice. Then I don't recommend like making AI generate the code, but you write the code and you might use AI to evaluate and suggest upgrades. But apart from that, I don't think that like in general that matters, right? Like mostly what happens now, like I do stuff, so then I just keep things at the middle, and I just forget about them, right? So yeah, like once this was I was just trying to write a language, and maybe halfway through I just left it, and so on. Like it's not that I don't code like even if you go to my these are just some practice codes. These are not like yeah. But yeah, like I do a lot of stuff if you look into it. Like maybe yeah, this is what I was trying to write in OS. You can find it in my GitHub. Yeah. Recently I was working on some custom small language model, I think. Uh, is that gone? I don't know. Maybe. But we will get back to coding and just bring a bit yeah, getting a bit relaxation before we get into it. Well, I don't know. I know that in the fact that it's a very very silly problem that that is causing it. But what exactly is the silly problem that we need to understand? Yeah. Is where did all the files went? I had a lot more. Oh, inside graph. Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, like I do a lot of small things. Right now we're working on this one. Right? And this one I intend to like at least get to a certain point. And yeah, yeah. To see, this was my master's. This I think I did in my master's. So I was writing a kind of GAN, but not using like convolution or anything. It was like a nested tree of trees called it transform function and so on. Like this is the implementation if you see. So it's not strictly a GAN, but it's something different. It's like an evaluation of evaluation of evaluation. And yeah, that's about it. Let's get back to coding. Actually, I can go and describe a lot of other projects later, but now let's get back to coding because I'm not. See, this is the problem. Like I like coding. I don't like doing this figuring out libraries. That's not what I like. But sometimes I have to do, so I just do. So yeah, one let's trace back our steps. So we created first our window, then we created GL context for our window, if that's correct, and then we loaded the GL functions, right? Because now we are getting the values, so that's a fair assumption. Then we set the viewport, we set the clear color to be red, and we enable depth test, right? And then we have these vertices, which this is X, this is Y, and this is Z, I think. This is X, this is Y, and this is Z. So X is the horizontal direction, Y is the vertical direction, and Z in this case is like the direction that goes through your screen, right? So that's fine. And then the first 3 points are creating the first triangle, and these 3 points are creating the second triangle. That seems fine too. We can check that later. Next, these are being generated clearly. Stupid people started playing music near. Not stupid. Like I don't know. It's some garbage collection truck here that plays these songs. Yeah. So we just want to at least get something on the screen. Otherwise, it will feel very shallow. Now I can just copy and give this to GPT, and it will give me the exact answer that I'm looking for. Mm, But I'm using unsigned int, right? Even 16 should I use? I don't think that is the issue. But still, if that's the issue, some data format is not aligning. That is for sure. Now what? No, it didn't work actually. So yeah. So this is correct actually. You just I'm forgetting something. You just set some data and you I think I get it. 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 I'm not sure, but I think I get it. So let's say I have only these two. I'll explain to you if that's the issue. I'll explain to you later. If let's say this is the data only, but I don't think that is the issue. But still, if let's say this is the data. We only have position, and then we have let's say we have this yeah our texture coordinates, right? We have our positions and we have our texture coordinates like this. And now this is byte aligned. This should be byte aligned, right? Previously, but it was an array. Arrays are always byte aligned, I think. Who knows? So now that we have four, this will be essentially four times four, right? And this will be four. This will be four, and this will be two floats, right? Which don't require normalization. This will be two floats which don't require normalization and which resides just after two floats, right? So now if we build, we still don't see anything. Why the hell we don't see anything? Now I'm getting a bit impatient. So yeah, this is now a vector, right? And this is let's say 0.2 maybe. We'll also try 0. Minus 2. Yeah, 0.2 didn't show anything. But if I go into like once we have something on the screen, we can go full blown out. That I can promise you. And actually, to be honest, OpenGL is the most easiest one out of all the raw graphics API that you're going to use. Hmm. I want a. This is not the issue. So the frag color is not even showing because why? Like this update is obviously being called, right? If the update is not being called, that print will not go again and again and again, right? This stuff. So we have bound the vertex array, and then we have drawn the indices, right? Mode, count, types, and then the offset. This void stuff. GL draw elements. Mm, let's do something nasty, shall we? Like I can sit down and debug this, but what if we cheat a bit? Because now we have that option. We just copy this code. Part of code it will not get most of my libraries, but it will get the general structure right. Now we can ask GPT. And then wait a second. Then why don't I get the error message, man? You're supposed to give me the error message also, no? What happened to the pack where you give me the error messages? Besides, that's not the issue. I deleted it. Still, yeah. Invalid.js is okay. Function compiles, checks compiles, it should print. Yeah, this is never printed. This thing it never printed. So that GL library, I need to fully ensure that it's right. Mm, yeah, let me see. I just copied it, right? Maybe it was some like I had used that, so I know in fact that it is not quite rubbish, and it actually works. So for other visualizations, obviously. So let's just do this. Let's just use like this is another one of the same, but just in case if there is a suspect of code is getting corrupt, right? I just wanted to chill and also like try new Vim and always use VS Code, but right. So this is my GL, right? Copy paste everything from there to here, right? And then maybe we say that no, that's not it. But yeah, a bit serious. Yes, we can allow it. What do you think? Also, let's just copy everything in case we had missed something. Right. I'm just trying to restore everything. Rest it. I don't know if that makes any sense, but yeah. So now if we go to main.cpp, uh, main.cpp we go. Still have things. Oh, am I getting a shader program ID? Valid shader program ID 1. The shader does not compile, you say. And you don't even give me the error. But this can success, this can success. Maybe I should try to find uh, actual compiling. Something changed or what? Mm, there's some old code mm, that I had done previously. It's using this library only and it worked surprisingly. So here I was just searching for and like I was pushing things. You can see like I was pushing things, but yeah, this was long ago, maybe 1 or 2 weeks. Not 2 weeks, sorry. 1 or 2 years. Yeah, 2 years, most likely. Uh, 1 second. Um, so usually when you draw, right, you generate the buffers, you create the shaders. SPGL creates shader. Where did this come from? Do we have something GL utils, right? So if you open GL utils, and you can just because for a few days we are not being as productive as we're supposed to be, we can just copy this stuff. This is essentially the same thing I'm doing, right? Compiling and stuff. But okay, you can copy this. Why are the shaders not filing complaints? That is the biggest question I have. And they shouldn't really solve anything, right? Um, right. If I comment this part out, right? And yeah, you stay here. Don't go anywhere. Yeah. So you're in the space SP to be safe. Yeah, all of you are going there so that I don't need to worry. Right. And here at the very bottom, I can say SP column program. What is it called? Create shaders. Create shader. Right. That shouldn't be the issue. That's what I'm trying to say. Shader program. What the fuck was that? Anyways, yeah, that's not the issue. We have these four vertices, right? What is wrong with these four vertices? These are cute. -5, -5, 5. These are all in the bounds, right? And let's forget about this attribute also for once, right? No, more than that, what intrigues me is that like this is 2 years old code, that OpenGL folder, right? File that I copied. So ideally, forget about all this stuff. Ideally in main.cpp, right? When I'm giving this shader, right, and I have this error right here, right? This error right here. I am getting compilation failed. Okay, I'm getting compilation failed, but why am I not getting the message? What the hell did change in OpenGL that it's stopped giving the message that it used to give? Maybe Windows 11 has the answer, and I don't. But let's build anyway, and we still get the compilation failed. Okay, let's get the compilation successful first. Um, yeah. Why did you fail? I give you core also so that you feel happy. Okay, call yourself whatever you like. Vertex seller source, from seller source. These are my two sources, right? GL underscore position, capital P, rec 4. Does anyone have any idea, like, where am I failing? It's a very simple thing. Yeah. Why exactly did the compilation fail? Why don't you give me that information so that I can fix it? I don't think anything wrong here. Track TV is coming. Track color is coming. It's a wide man. It's not supposed to return anything. It's a correct only, man. But that should not be because, like, yeah, like I have the libs also, so that should not cause any error. It is FE or something, I think. Let's just fix this. Let's just get this code fixed first. So, whatever is happening here, right? We get back to our original code. And I hope that this is correct, right? Okay. It's still left with the red window, but that's fine. How about yeah, this is a force. That's how vertex attribute pointer should behave, right? These are floats. I have an element worker. Let's just try to go through the whole process, right? Wrong z value. That does not make any. Yeah. No program linking error check. You can check that, but doesn't really matter. Clear color is dominating. What do you mean by clear color? Right now, even shows up. It blends poorly. What do you mean by right now? You will change to dark gray. Blah blah blah. No. And this is express GL event. What is the type of GL event? You still OpenGL to read 32-bit but your buffer has 62-bit ones. That's the thing. So that part you can do easily. So first of all, basically what you're saying is that okay, to have a linking check, right? That you can have either way. That I'm not bothered. What this should be 32. That I totally agree. Right. But that clear color bullshit, I don't agree. Right. If I can just reduce it to something like this, some like some grayish red kind of thing, doesn't change anything. And yeah, you're saying that count is -2. Okay, we'll use 0 for you. We respect your wishes. But as you can see, that is not right. So yeah, me and ChatGPT both are setting ducks because it's something else. Depth is not needed for 2D code, but it does not affect anyway. Minimal fixes, GL disable. No, no, man, it's not the fix. I think we're facing that same issue again. We should just do some proper library. Or I'll just get. Yeah, it's already there now. I don't need to bind buffer, right? I don't need to bind buffer. It's supposed to be already bound. Now you're talking crazy. It should already be bound. Why like when a vertex array object is bound, the buffers are all bound. Yeah, it does not change anything. Thanks, smart guy. Let's just have 3 vertices. Let's okay. If I just use GL draw elements, what happens? Like if we just do some bad stuff. GL draw arrays, GL triangles, 6. We try to do that. Uh, Steal for full screen. Main window of update. Hmm. During this whole stream, actually, we didn't achieve anything. We've wasted 1 hour. Sometimes, like for 5 or 6 hours, also you don't achieve anything. That's it. Get it done. Just today's one of the right. Maybe I can just debug this whole stuff off screen. I can get the correct things at place. Because like this is simple stuff. This shouldn't break, and this code looks correct. It's not like this code seems to have anything wrong. Packing also, I'm using 4 floats, right? So like this is a very good packing. 4 times 4 times 4 kind of packing. So yeah, 16 times 4. That's a quite good packing. Here also like it doesn't, and these are arrays, so it doesn't really matter. It will be always densely packed. I'm treating the buffers. I'm getting the buffer values. I'm binding buffer BO. I'm binding buffer EBO. I'm setting the buffer data. I'm enabling the vertex everywhere else. What else do I need to do, man? I don't need to do anything else. I create the shader and I just draw stuff. Does it make any difference if I draw here or there? Doesn't, no. Doesn't. Simply doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it's kind of a suck as to why it's not working. While it should work. Mm, indices. Size of indices. Okay. Size of indices is correct, only. But still, just to make you happy, 6 times size of in this would be. But actually compilation failed. Why? Now what happened to you? You are two vec2s, man. You are returning a vec2. This is getting a vec2. Getting a vec4. This is vec2. This is a vec. These are two floats. What do you mean by compilation failed? What actually compilation failed? What actually compilation failed? There's no reason for what actually compilation to fail. Verification is failing. I don't getting any. 1 second. So in this one, I printed. Oh, that's fine. I'm not using it. I need to check things. Um, I'll get this working. I'll try to get this working in upstream. And so that this, like, my problem is that I am thinking that this thing is not working correctly as it's supposed to do, because the steps I have done is seems pretty much correct, except for the fact that I might have, like, maybe missed some very silly clear thing. But looking at this, I don't feel that way by any means. So I don't know. test. Like we said, this environments are properly first. Also. Thinking of like it's a lot of cool stuff, but this basic stuff is not working, and this is supposed to work. Man, like I have these positions, I'm passing these positions. So why this vertex shader compilation failed? All it is doing, right, is this vertex shader. This is the first shader, vertex shader. Right. Version 334, let's say. Code having or not having doesn't really matter. One second. VRS7. Ah, that's correct. Huh? Let's just get copy and paste this also. Still vertex shader compilation failed. Yeah. I need to check this. I need to understand where did it go wrong, and then I can start from here. Yeah. So very sorry for today. In live, these things happen. Most likely, I will keep this video maybe for a few days, and then like I will delete it. I will get to the depths of the problem. I'll get it resolved, and then we will continue. If not, then we will do this using our own OpenGL library idea. Because this used to work once upon a time in Mumbai. uh, right now, it doesn't work. Very sad. Uh, and I had like two or like 3 years ago, I think I compiled this yeah, from the actual GLAD itself, right? Using some regex person. So it should have worked, but it didn't. So maybe we can use some other ways using normal HDL and normal GLAD, or maybe like our Windows platforming is working. So maybe just for OpenGL related stuff, we can just switch to GLAD. You can actually try it right now, right? Yeah. So text editor depths, right? Somewhere it will be here. Extract here. There should be an option called extract here, right? Or they say extract all nowadays. That's also fine. Mm, leave it. Save man. We include glad, right? Don't use ours, which is I'm thinking some kind of bug has been introduced into this being Windows 11 with some patches and with some of these SP parts, right? It actually took the intelligence. That was nice. Usually it doesn't. But if that's the reason, then I'll be extremely sad. Very sad, very sad, and feel very bad also. Uh, yeah, right now I'm all alone. Let's see. AI, AI. And this will be like, yeah, if this does not work, yeah. So it was the problem with that library. Yeah, I'll fix that library later. Right now, we will just work with glad. We spent so much time debugging a code that is working. Yeah. So yeah, that was a problem. The platform Windows is fine, but that GL library was probably not. So we switched to glad. Cause and yeah, I will just repeat that procedure again at some point of time, and I will get this glad also up and running, like the new GL library compiled from this glad. Because see, the problem I have with glad is that like you see this header file, there are just a few bunch of type definitions, right? That's it. In this header file, it's this is this it's this header file only. Others don't even need to be there, right? You have all the macros and all the function types here. This I need to get the definitions, and I need to load from my NVIDIA cards OpenGL runtime, right? And this glad C, this is the most like unneeded stuff, right? Why this being here and this loading the things here? While essentially I can just get these loaded at the end of that header file itself as these functions being present as at the end of the header file itself as functions. So yeah, that being it, but the main reason was glad, and I'm glad that things worked out. At least we'll get some structuring so that basically we we don't have to do that again. At least we have some structure available, right? Some basic structure, not that good, that like heavy stuff. But yeah, and now it cries about, oh, I don't find glad. Yeah, you don't find glad. So, mm, so how to specify with there's a file lang format or something folder to yeah. So what is it called? Compile flags. Now, hopefully, if I come here, I close all this stuff. And if I open this again, yeah, but that's because probably this is wrong. This should rather be, no. This is slash. What was it? Glad slash include. I think because then inside include there is also glad. Right? I'll probably sort it out later. For now, I could open this. How many errors? Glad could not be found. Does a compile flag actually work? Compile compile.txt. I've used compile flags before. It's supposed to work. That is the thing. Compile underscore flags. Compile underscore flags. Yeah. So it maybe it does not like this. Just use a relative part. Maybe. Uh, yeah. Maybe just do that. I don't know. It usually maybe I'm using some other feature, but that's fine. Mm. Yeah. See now the include also. So yeah. So let's at least get something working today, or at least fix the glad problem. So right now we have our main file and our platform windows file, right? So what we would have to have is something like a maybe uh um, render file, right? Render.hpp maybe, which takes care of all the rendering stuff, right? Inside render, I can have uh, diagonal ones. Uh, And once, yeah, it's not hard to pronounce. And then namespace SP, because we want to keep everything in namespace SP. And I can include glad, that's glad, right? And you can have a simple struct, right, called render, which can have just one second. See, so which can have basically a init, right? mm, where I can give things. But right now, for the simple implementation, you can have a void init, right? Where we do all the initialization stuff, and then void render, right? Which maybe in future takes some delta time, but not right now. Null render. And let's while we are at it, let's open mm, main to the side so you can grab stuffs on the fly. Yeah, so that's the idea. We want to grab stuffs on the fly. So yeah, first things first, we can have this function easily. This this function easily moved to here, right? We can get we can change things later, but right now we can just have these things here. We can have hash into std, no, see std int, right? We can have that. What's that? Now the error buffer, yeah. So we get this thing here. It's our own very error buffer, which is obviously static, not cause any friction, right? I got some work to do. I will just refactor this a bit, and I'll get two things tomorrow. And also for now we will have a iStream, but we'll use logging class actually. CSTD int, standard int. What is the issue? Standard int now has issue. Yeah, yeah. iStream has issue according to you. That's fine. So we can get these things here inside the renderer, right? And init should take the width and height actually. We'll check that later. Yeah, in should take width and height for now. So uh, and we will name it. Right. I'll get some compiler, but I can get those fixed. And right now, we don't care. We will just get everything done at one place. Because why not? Right. Mm, yeah. And in the render, basically, we're doing this thing, right? And we have these shader sources, right? So we can have, let's say colon e, maybe we can have like what the I just pressed an unknown combination of keys, but that's fine. We'll add uh what do you call it? Render resources dot hpp. It contains some resources basically. Hash ah, hash pragma once. So once I don't know how once to become once closed. I don't care. What I care about is having my shaders right now here. Later I will maybe load from some files. But now it should be fine. What is its fine? Is source is defined in the header, but in the header but never used. Yeah, that's fine. And also maybe you will be complaining that it should be static. So I'll just make it static so that you don't cry. Or I should wrap this in a namespace. That I will do later. But once because I have this right now, I can go to renderer, right? So I can go to renderer. In renderer, I can also have include render resources.h, and suddenly render looks much more non-buggy. So we can ask the renderer to be part of our life, and we can say that yeah, after everything is done, we just we can do that in the life cycle later. But for now, let's create the simple renderer. Like renderer render.net and render.update. Right. So yeah, that's all this needed there. That's all is needed there, and we can just say build.cat builds with no error, maybe one error. sp main must return a value. sp main that must return a value. SSC. And that's it. Okay, we'll check that. So is that an error? Yeah. So oops, you know, so like main should return a value, right? So yeah, main is going to return a value. Main is going to return in 0. Yeah. Does that make you happy, baby? So expected compiler was a clang blah blah blah. Doesn't matter. And this render also needs to be formatted a bit. Let's go up P shift is 0. Yeah, so that everything is in line. And there is no underline here as far as the main part is concerned. Ah, so now that that's done, 20. Okay, so okay, so got it. So maybe I just need to format this, right? So now that's done. Say yeah. just- I don't think I need to return 0, but still. Now if we try to build our bad boy, render 7. Okay, so render HTTP 7 has some error. Can fix that. Um, so render HTTP line number 7. Where are you? Right here. Yeah. Render resources is there. In the render resources, we have the commas, right? Yeah, that's fine. Comma once. Render HTTP line number 7. Namespace HTTP. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, yeah. So this function ends here, right? Why then this SP? Where does it end? This this is render. This is this. So there should be another one, right? Here. That's what you are saying, right? Yeah. So if we now try to let's say dot bad. Yeah, and we generated our one small code. We will do instance rendering most likely because we need to render a lot of things. But yeah, getting this basic structure took much more than I expected. Maybe like trying to doing streaming and this together for the first time is not what I'm used to. But still, we did some progress. We actually found out that the previous time the header file that we just copied from some old project of mine is no longer a working header file. And with that great information, with that great information, um, we actually managed to get the code a bit sorted. And finally, we didn't achieve much, but just simply rendering some code. But then we can factor this out a bit, and we can actually get like I'll probably get text rendering on the next season because um that was an unknown, right? That header file that I copied is not working, and like I couldn't get that from the very beginning. So from the very beginning, we were writing the right code. It was not working. Anyways, so that's it about today. Uh, I'll very soon do another stream, maybe tomorrow. And then we will be on the track. We will like do actual stuff. So in the next video we'll be rendering some text. Yeah, and I'll do it with SDF rendering. So yeah, you'll like that. Yeah, it will be much more educational. So that's it for today, guys. It was not as good as I expected due to the unseen circumstances, but yeah, mm, uh, it was nice. And yeah.